we need a lot of housing units. So I don't see that we're going to have some major crash in housing prices like we did. Now, affordability is going down because the residential interest rates are going up like crazy. I mean, it's hard to get a mortgage on this. And since everybody buys, using a mortgage, or at least the margin, right? The marginal buyers are out. There may be a lot of cash buyers out there, a lot of investors, but the marginal buyers, they're all going to get a mortgage, and it's all a matter of what it costs to stay there per month.
All right, let me tell you something. You sounded just like me when I was having that conversation with Ivy Zellman about housing units, where we have such huge demand. She said to me, we're already overbuilt. And I said, Ivy, that can't be true. I mean, she says, if you look to see all the properties that are on the books right now, in the pipeline, that they exceed the demand. And she says the other thing too, and this really threw me for a loop. She said the other thing too is that many of these homes that have been purchased recently are second and third homes, and that's skewering the demand numbers. And as soon as the market changes and people have to start dumping those homes, that's when the demand is going to shift. It's like, wow. And she said, I've got the numbers to back up everything I just said. So that was interesting when I heard her say that.
Well, a couple of things that I would add. I do agree with you. Again, you have to look at the margins, and once people get rid of the second and the third, that could have an impact. But what I noticed in the most recent housing figures is that we saw a nosedive in terms of permits and starts. And for a long time, we saw those permits and starts going up towards 2 million. And I too was believing that the completions were going to head for 2 million too, because as we all know, that's a leading indicator. And if history's any guide, you don't see that spread between those two numbers for long. But unless it comes back up, and with recession fears, I don't see that it will, I feel like maybe we got a stay of execution on that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So you're thinking that because the permits is slowing down, then the construction's slowing down, so that's going to slow down. That's going to mean the demand will still be high, but there'll still be less supply because they're just not building.
Exactly. And that's as recent as the May housing numbers, which just came out in the middle of June.
Okay.
So, I mean, we have to take another look. I mean, we're already getting towards the middle of July. By the time this is out, we might have our June stats. But, I mean, I have to take a look. And, hey, if that's a little blip and for some reason we see the starts and permits go way back up, I could be wrong. But I'm thinking that maybe we're going to be okay on the oversupply this time.
Interesting. Yeah.